shame. Queen Keena's mustard royal commitment slaps in the face of Sussex who make use of title. Queen Elizabeth II's tireless commitment to duties and work put the rest of her family to absolute shame, a royal commentator believes. She has been seen with a beaming smile in a new video amid her health scare. Buckingham Palace released a short clip on Thursday showing the 95-year-old monarch looking cheerful as she presented David Constantine with the gold medal for poetry. It comes after Her Majesty was forced to cancel a trip to Glasgow for the COP26 climate summit after being advised by doctors to cut back on her busy schedule. The Queen was seen wearing a floral dress and pearl necklace in the virtual audience from her home at Windsor Castle where she is resting. There are serious concerns for the monarch's health after she spent a night in hospital last week for preliminary tests before being discharged in good spirits. It was Her Majesty's first hospital stay in more than a decade and came after she was spotted using a walking stick for support at public engagements. While she won't be attending the Glasgow summit in person, the Queen has committed to delivering a pre-recorded video message to attendees. 95-year-old Queen has been ordered by doctors to spend a few days resting. This move, which resulted in Her Majesty pulling out from 2 important in-person visits, came after the monarch completed more than a dozen face-to-face and virtual engagements in less than 3 weeks. One royal commentator said such a commitment to duty at the age of 95 puts to absolute shame other working members of the royal family. Royal editor Russell Myers wrote, "The Queen's hectic schedule of late has in all honesty put the rest of her family, especially those less than half her age, to absolute shame. Relentless doesn't even cover it." Despite her advancing years, the Queen has constantly been among the hardest working royals over the decades. In 2020, she embraced technology and continued to work despite the COVID crisis and following lockdowns. At the end of the year, she was the 3rd hardest working royal, preceded only by her 71-year-old daughter Princess Anne and 72-year-old heir Prince Charles. Over 130 days in 2020, the Queen undertook 136 engagements, including video calls to charities and organizations. Younger royals followed through, with 57-year-old Prince Edward completing 126 engagements and 39-year-old Prince William carrying out 104. Sophie, Countess of Wessex and Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, carried out 86 and 79 engagements respectively. While the younger royals completed fewer engagements last year, they also had to juggle between work and homeschooling their children. In January, Kate said lockdown had left her exhausted due to the fact she had to cover more roles within the house than ever before. She said, "I've become a hairdresser this lockdown, much to my children's horror, seeing mum cutting hair. We've had to become a teacher, and I think, personally, I feel pulled in so many different directions and you try your best with everything, but at the end of the day I do feel exhausted." Since the beginning of 2021, the Queen has had a packed diary, interrupted only by the death of her beloved husband Prince Philip in April. But after a period of royal mourning, the Queen signalled she was ready to resume face-to-face engagements. Among the most important duties she completed there has been attending a reception during the G7 in Cornwall, hosting German leader Angela Merkel at Windsor Castle and touring Scotland. Between late July and the end of September, the Queen carried out her day-to-day duties as the sovereign at Balmoral Castle, including dealing with the government's red boxes. She resumed her full-time work on October 1, and has since travelled between Scotland, Wales and England for key visits including the opening of the Welsh Parliament and the launch of the Queen's Baton Relay. On October 20, the Queen should have left Windsor for Hillsborough Castle in Northern Ireland as part of a 2-day trip to the nation to mark its centenary. But Buckingham Palace revealed the royal doctor's advice to the Queen to rest for a few days. Her Majesty is disappointed not to attend the reception but will deliver an address to the assembled delegates via a recorded video message. Assembled delegates